Strength. I don't even know my own strength.
My God, what power!
That's the reality of being Obafemi. Stronger than I even know sometimes.
To understand Obafemi's strength best, go back to its source and where his journey began.
I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm stronger than a lot of people because I've lived life on hard mode in Nigeria. When I was coming up, things were tough. It was a harder life than it should have been.
One source of joy for Oba was watching bootleg DVDs whenever he could of the men who would become his heroes.
History has been made!
My all-time favorite is Triple H,
Triple H is in the house!
The Undertaker,
The mysterious, the mythical, The Undertaker.
the aura surrounding those men. They just seemed, grand. It was the larger-than-life personality.
Oba was larger than most of his peers from the start, and while he played other sports, as a teen, his power led him to throwing shot put, where a coach gave him a motto that changed his life.
He would say one more, and then you do one more, and then one more, and you do one more, and two more. But in reality, that's life, though, Life says one more. That's kind of the mental fortitude that was forged under him.
The shot put would carry Oba all the way to America to compete, and eventually to Alabama.
Do I still have it? No, I still have it. It's tight. It's tight. I'm pretty sure I can chuck this thing pretty far.
But it's what he did in the weight room there
Come out!
that first caused coaches to marvel.
You measure strength like a bunch of different ways, right? He had a 500-pound bench press. He had a 775 squat back, like just traditional regular back squat. And that was even kind of sketchy because our bars were so kind of wavy and stuff like that. I was like, we're kind of good.
He was a man among boys, a guy that with a little refinement was going to really dominate wherever he was. We saw this gentleman throw, and we're like, this guy is really something special.
Oba was special, winning 3 SEC titles at shot put and breaking the Alabama school record in 2022. All that power also caught the eye of coaches from a different sport at Bama.
It was a massive human being. All the football coaches were trying to talk to him, trying to convince him to switch over.
Well, this is just a part of my legacy of all the great recruits that I didn't recruit. Someone this strong, this powerful, this explosive, this athletic that was right on our campus, and we missed him. This shows you what a great coach I was.
They were like, oh, who is this guy? He's a specimen, a freak. And they definitely wanted a piece of me, but it could never materialize because I was in love with the shot put.
I think they were, kind of wanting to drool a little bit. Yeah. But, again, a kid from Nigeria, I don't think that they would have had a chance to move him over there. I think his mind was made up on track and field and professional wrestling.
Less than 4 years later, Oba is dominating in a different ring.
The bringer of war, the ruler, Oba Femi.
He enters his first WrestleMania driven to become one of the heroes he watched as a boy in Nigeria.
I have this undying motivation to win. I've been in that winning mindset for so long now that I've kind of lost that underdog feel. But that's also part of the reason why Brock Lesnar standing across from me is such a big deal. Because he would be my most recent thing to overcome.
And Brock Lesnar wasting a little time going after Oba Femi as Femi's trying to get into the ring. And Oba driving Brock into the ring post.
This is the biggest challenge I've ever had in front of me.
The athleticism and competitiveness, the size and the power, and of course, and always, the strength.
Because I am strong, mentally and physically.
The potent powerhouse, Obafemi.
I will bully my way through those circumstances.
Holy!
That's what strength means to me.